The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Can you hear me, bro?
First down. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else.
What am I doing?
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Here's Powell on the return. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
What up, what up, what up, what up? How you been, bro? Appreciate you stopping by.
Start on the ground with Madison. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming
how your day going?
The field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. First pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it.
Man, go, bro. Go with that. Go with that.
36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 35, here's the 2nd and 9. To throw, Cousins. Oh, he'll work that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Madison running left. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Madison is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. They'll try to run with Madison. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash here should be an easy one. Joseph's got it. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and
Oh my God, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Do not understand.
Now a give to Madison. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Oh.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the intercept.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 31 yards there and a first down. Burrow will throw. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Let's go.
Chase complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. That's to Chase.
Let's go.
Touchdown Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson. Up and good. That'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. A first down throw for Cousins. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Second down, Cousins. That's complete.
Still comes.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over there, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Charles, to move the change that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
Running from the shotgun with Madison.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
And they're going to speed things up here. Going to run with Madison again. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Joseph is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
99 yards here from Madison. He's got a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, this is Madison. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Throwing is Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Yards is the distance on the punt there.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest...
What is you doing, bro?
The third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, able to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
Let's go. We needed that.
First down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's thrown to the hands of Sample. And finally down.
Let's go. We're hustling.
And quickly, they get to the line. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's put down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Now Burrow.
Let's go. Let's go, boy.
Drew Sample, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have tied the ball game with a chance to go ahead now in the final seconds of the third quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Cousins now on second down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Another carry now for Madison.
Bro, whatever. Good run.
And then drop just inside of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now 1st and goal. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. They'll run it with Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. They'll run it with Madison. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
11 mighty.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. There he goes right side. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Now, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here we go.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Burrow. Connecting with Mixon. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. This is Mixon on the draw.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Vikings going to signal for the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes 2nd down at 5. throwing. Burrow. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. This, in all probability,
Good game, bro.
Here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The CD, the Bengals, they're back for the second time in 3 years, looking for that first ever Super Bowl title.
Can you believe they're 0-3 in the big game? 2 losses to the Niners in the 80s, 2 really tough ones, and a loss to the Rams in 2022. Their motivation, sky high. They're ready to bring that first title back to Cincinnati.
Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's been about a decade and a half since that Super Bowl breakthrough, the win against Peyton Manning and the Colts in Super Bowl 44.
And what a memory that was. It continues to be for Saints fans. The onside kick to start the second half, the pick six to seal the game. But today, they want to set that one aside and get another Super Bowl title.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Quickly to the air is Burrow.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to Mixon on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd down and 6. Now it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Oh, able to find Sample. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident, I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. And taken right at the 35. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hudson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter. You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On second down, Kamara. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Here's Carr. Olave over the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air.
Touchdown, Saints! Juwan Johnson from 8 yards out. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Open man is Chase, complete. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On second down, here's Burrow. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now here's There's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. This one hauled in by Sample. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. Well, a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Second down and 4. Now Carr. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, it's Carr. Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. That is caught by a diving Thomas. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This throw caught right around the 6. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Carr again. And he's caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
A point after, good by Groupie.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report.
The
Coach?
highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Carr now to throw. Pass taken in by his good tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Kamara up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackled there by Jordan Battle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside, run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So after the field goal, back out his groupie to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The throw to the middle, taken in. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Coming left is Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Kamara gets it again on second down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
First down. Here's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 6. And they go play action now. Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. They will throw on first down with Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
As my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here we go, 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Burrow. He's got it.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Now Burrow. Buying time. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Oh, no, he lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.